Hello everybody, welcome back to Lions Family Farms. So if you've seen my previous video, you've seen we were getting ready for the milk inspector. I'm going to be doing some of that again this morning because it's too cold to be outside doing stuff. So me and Dave got 1.5 rows of the pipeline washed. I'm at least going to finish up that half a row and maybe work on some windows. So we'll get a bucket full of water and get out there. For anyone that makes fun of my coats being tucked into my glove, you can have the water run down your arm too and tell me what you think. I'm just messing around. Okay, first and second row of pipeline is washed. Now we just have the third row to do, which ain't so bad. That one's normally the cleanest for some reason. But washing pipeline's not a very fun job, so we don't do it all in one day. We stretch her out over a week or so. So now I'm going to put some check valves together for the corn planter nitrogen lines. We're going to do that in the office because it's still pretty cold out. So here's what we're building here. We go from quarter to 3/8 line. The 3/8 line is going to run to the pump. The quarter's running down to the knife. This is just so whenever you shut your thing off, it's not draining the whole line out. Just gonna drain from this to the knife. So we gotta see how to put this together. Okay, that wasn't so bad. We got two together. Okay, here's all 6 of them. I think we might go down and install a line and see how everything runs, just because I want to. Well, I'm heading to our local dealer to pick up a water cup because there's one in the third row that's junk. Me and Dave need to put a new one on. And it's lunchtime too, so we're gonna go eat. And then me and Dave's gonna work on the corn planter some this afternoon and put that water cup on. Okay, just scored a new water cup here at McMillan Brothers, so it's lunchtime. Okay, back after lunch. I got some bigger zip ties for working on this project. We will get to the water cup as soon as Dave gets here. He had to go get a new mailbox. So, I think we're gonna jump in on more plumbing. I plan to do a good overview on this once I get it complete. Added a lot to it. If you've seen, there's parts laying everywhere. And when we get it all set up and get her hooked up, because I did get a Precision Planting Gen 2 2020 monitor for it and all the stuff to run that. So we will be putting that together and we're going to be running it off that tractor right there. That tractor is going to be the planting tractor. So I will mount the monitor in there. I chose that tractor because the 145 is the mowing tractor and the baling tractor, and you never know how spring's going to go. And I don't want the 145 on the corn planter when it's time to be mowing. And I chose the 7130 because it rides a little nicer than the 7410. That's really the only reason I didn't use the 7410, because this one's going to have a nicer seat and a nicer ride. So that's my reasoning for that. But I will fully go over everything I've done to this planter once I get it all put together. If there's any planter enthusiast watching, stay tuned. I only knew a little bit about planters before I bought this one. I helped the neighbor tear their planter apart one time and put it back together. But this has taught me a lot, and it's really got me interested in precision planting technology and what you can do with that, and there just seems to be no limits with that. So here's my red ball thing. I've been running them all like this. We're gonna run them all at an angle, and this will get cleaned up, zip tied super tight together. We got our 3 rows shooting that way and our 3 rows shooting this way. I guess it might have been ideal if the red ball thing was here, but in the future, in case I want to add insecticide, we got room for that, because right now we don't have nothing for insecticide. And let me find a good way to show you here. So here's the check valves we put together earlier in the office. We got this line here running down to the concealed knife or swing arm, they call this. They call it the swing arm. And I left slack because I don't know how it's going to react when I set the planter down. But I think we'll be all right because when you set the planter down, the road unit's going to push up. So we're going to have plenty extra, which I'm fine with that. I'd rather some slack than everything be super tight when I put the planter on the ground. And we got some row 2 put together here. There's even more slack here. I don't know if that's going to become a problem. We can always take more out if need be, but adding's a lot harder than taking out. I don't know how it is for other farmers, but for me, you know, winter comes around, you're like, okay, it's time to get fixing. Like, I'm the main mechanic around here, so I try to do most of the fixing that I can do. And I'm like, okay, winter rolls around, I got plenty of time, and I need to rush. Well, now we're getting in the middle of February here, and end of April, well, yeah, last week April, end of April, you know, starts picking up, and I got to change oil in this tractor. I got a moisture tester to put on this. Knives need changing on this. There's a shield I need to do on this. This needs finished. The skid loader needs serviced. So that maybe stresses me out a little bit when you're like, hey, yeah, there's plenty of time, and now we're 3/4 of the way through winter, and I feel like I didn't get anything done. Here's my partner for doing mechanic work. He's got the Milwaukee Impact.
Yeah, baby.
So we got all the right fronts on now. He's gonna work on tightening it up while I continue to run nitrogen lines. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about this project.
Biggie, this shop's really warm.
Yeah, so we didn't make this public, but we're working on turning that shop Biggie with lettuce. Because this is pretty cold in here, especially facing the west where the wind blows. Yeah, I was down here this morning because I just can't, I don't know what the word is.
You have a sickness?
A sickness of just not wanting to quit working on this thing when it's really anything. Once I get it in my head, it's got to happen. So I was down here this morning, my phone said it felt like 31, and I was like, whatever. So I was down here working on it like an iceberg.
Yeah.
Putting a lot of torque on that road unit. He is an absolute unit. I knew I could put him to good use.
I better stop on that one.
Now the only thing we need in here yet is Biggie working on the road unit. Well, we got a lot done. We pushed the water cup job off because we were just going to roll, and Dave's off tomorrow afternoon. So we wanted to get this 2-man work done.
That's right.
So I'm pretty pumped about this. I could finish this tomorrow, maybe.
Probably.
I mean, I probably will, because I just can't take it. Okay, we got a new day here on the farm. Today, well, it's frozen in the ground right now, so I gotta go do some work with the skid loader. We got the vet coming later on today. And I'm gonna work on the corn planter. I think by the end of the week, I can have that project complete and ready to go for spring. Okay, I got a guy coming to get these 2 bales tomorrow. So, selling hay. Okay, I can say that the planter is done. Except for 2 lines that I ordered online, but everything else is done. Tomorrow I'll be hooking it up, hooking all the harnesses up, putting the monitor in the cab, making sure everything's clicking, and then we can call this project done, which is awesome. So if you remember, I said about all do is milking tonight, so we just got done. We're getting ready to wrap this video up and head home for the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Yep. What a turn of events. We were getting ready to leave, and I heard the milk cooler switch off, and I thought, well, the milk's not cool yet. Walked in, no power. Now we got this unit, tires are both flat. Surprised they're not debeaded. That looked a little rough, didn't it? Yeah.